Greetings everyone, here's Lodrick and this is a game War on the Pacific Admirals Edition. This is my play by email match against KilRoy. He's the commander of the Allied forces and for me it is the Empire of Japan. This is scenario 1, no modifications, standard setup. And this is now the 25th April, the day after KilRoy's more successful strike against Ishijima and sinking more or less two of my troop convoys with aviation support, base equipment, and some navy guards. Nothing really too important, but I lost a lot of cargo ships and also two of my better AMCs. At the same time, my navy bombers and patrol boats was able to sink 3 enemy cruisers after they successfully sinking my ships. So this is still not going forward. And I had here I think my battleships, but somehow I think I don't know where they run away. But now they are here. This is Nagato and Mutsu. They picking up here I think one destroyer. But it's it's normally 75% moonlight, but some reason it's a destroyer is always fast and nimble and can escape in the darkness. So second, and also nothing. Now these are the two destroyers. So I don't know, KilRoy maybe split the task force, and in this case I was able to sink at least one destroyer. Mutsu and Nagato getting some hits, but I mean these are all destroyer hits. Doesn't matter. A little more punishment for this successful operation the Allies had. If this would be Japanese cruisers and destroyers and sinking Allied troop transport ships, I would not take it. This kind of deal is not good enough for Japanese, I think. For the Allied, it's maybe enough. They have enough cruisers in the long run. But first, if you reach 43. So for 42, this is maybe a little heavy losses for KilRoy with surface fleets. So my battleships are finally able to intercept at least one of the many British task force running away. These are some cargo ships and oilers, I think, one tanker. A mix of everything. So yesterday KilRoy sank my cargo ships, now I think his cargo ships. But this is I think only a normal convoy, not with troops. So, a little payback time. I don't know if they are full or empty, but there are many tankers. And here was American submarine, very successful, not hitting, and I hit back at least once. I was thinking it can be that this is a British, maybe the battle, the carrier. Maybe the damage is so great that KilRoy tried to bring the carrier to Auckland and fix it there. I'm not so sure. And this was the reason why the task was going east and not west. I thought that he can go to Sydney. But, yeah. Out of Truk, some of my Nell bombers arriving here. A little risky, of course, because there could be enemy carriers and long-range cap. I risk it, but I don't get anything. Somehow I am not able to find the target. APs, AKs, normally easy to get a torpedo hit on them, but not today. And more Chinese units dying. The time of the key 30 is also, I think, sooner or later over. I'm really waiting only that the Helen will show up. Then I can replace this light bomber in the long run with something much more powerful. I still don't know if this 20-pound bombs really can do damage. Maybe. Today my carriers won't attack. And these are, I think, the same ships like yesterday, so maybe it was really a weather issue. And this tanker was hit by, I think, by scout airplanes, maybe yesterday already. And now I have a torpedo hit in the tanker. So both tankers are dead. At least now. Still, this whole operation India Ocean, there's simply not much shipping. I think maybe KilRoy don't really care this in India too much. And he not really must ship too much to... I mean... Maybe the most shipping go to Bombay or west coast of India, and I think Ceylon is really what you must ship to Ceylon. I don't know. So long he can keep Rangoon and protect Burma, maybe he don't really care Ceylon too much, because most players will not go for Ceylon first. In the Jochen game I try it, I more or less I say I ignore Burma with the purpose to take Ceylon first and then starve Burma. Of course it's failed. But I think this is not the way most players go. Most players will go first Burma and then maybe later Ceylon. Good afternoon, more nails are coming. Maybe now I can create a hit. At least one AP. Most important is that the AP gets killed and some base force equipment and maybe, oh, maybe it's base force dying. And one more torpedo. And now out of Ishijima, so from the south it's out of Truk and from the north it's out of Ishijima. It's always all in range for Saipan, but of course, again an AP, again wrong attack. Sinking sounds. Yeah, and also my own ships are sinking. Sinning, I think the second attack. Again, I think this is mountain terrain, so it's a little tough to take it, but still, the Chinese are, even if they're fighting strong, they are out of, I think they're out of supplies, or at least they're cut. There's not more much they can do. So my Japanese division are making now counterattack against this New Zealand tank forces and driving them back. Not all, but many of these tanks getting destroyed or disabled. So these two units are now shattered. Next attack of Rangoon with all my Sumatra army now in support. Again, the number one defense unit is here, this Australian division. And again, you can see out of 1,000 changed to 3,000, out of my 2,500 changed to only 1,500. I can blow up the next fort level with my engineers. I don't really die here, but I have here again so many disabled units. It's really not so successful. But I was able to drive here some tanks north, or from north. I don't know if I come from north or from south. And I take Mulmine. I kick here the British forces out, because the British forces are here in Thailand and in Rangoon, but nothing more in Mulmine. So I take this base force, destroy a Hudson on the ground. Wow. Most important is now these British forces are all now somewhere in nowhere. And my Japanese units holding still. One more day. Yeah. Hamilton. Yeah. The second battle of Hamilton is already successful. And KilRoy sent also some of his motorized infantry, whatever they are, regiments, mobile regiments, to catch up my Navy Guard units. But I was also successful with my division, so I can only try to rush north with my division and retake the base as soon as possible, if it's possible. Yeah. Worm also will fall. So not that there's anything. Rota. And I was able to unload here my unit, but there is a base force and they have attack value. Oh, yeah. And this was really only a small token force. I was hoping that there's maybe an empty base or something I can really take easily. It's not working, so I will maybe load this unit and simply go back to Darwin and come later another day. And Tinian is also now under American control, so the Americans, they took all the Mariana Islands. Okay. The question is still how KilRoy wants to apply this. He just lost 3 destroyers, 3 heavy cruisers and some destroyers. He have 2 damaged battleships, 2 damaged fleet carriers, and in at least 1 week I'm ready to strike back. Good. Air losses, very light, nearly nothing. Ship sunk. Today on my side is only one of these cargo ships was already burning. This is a good cargo ship, of course, but it was already killed last turn. And for KilRoy, it's a bunch of British tankers. Tankers. Plus some other equipment. So in China, again, no change. They was not able to take Xiying, but I think it's a really question of time. There's not more much left in these units. I only can see that there are some 3 Chinese units showing up here, because I don't really go deeper inside, because I regroup my forces and I create a new task force going here source. I will normally take here the southern part of China first, and I don't want to walk here in the heavy mountain terrain too much. I took Mulmine, this is okay, so all of these British forces are now trapped. Attack on Rangoon failed again. I also can see that here's Australian forces. So here, KilRoy built up here a tank force, 288 tanks. So this is maybe his reinforcements. I'm not sure if it's really Australian, can be also American forces. My carriers are not finding anything else, so I think I can call back my carriers. And I was able to sink one of these cargo fleets, but he has 2 more. I don't know if I can catch them. Maybe I try, maybe not. I don't know. New Zealand, these forces are going still east, so I think this is a carrier heavily damaged. But again, I don't know if these are the carriers. Yeah, these are Navy search. I need new torpedo bombers. I have only search missions now. Yeah, my carrier is here busy. But this is only escort carrier. Not that I can really strike anything. It's a super risky. I'm not so sure if I go in now and unload and then this same happen like in Ishijima. This is a little risky here with my divisions, but I have maybe to do it. Because now the Australian forces, New Zealand forces taking Hamilton, now my forces in Auckland are cut off. Now I cannot do anything more. I'm already lower than a requested supply situation. Really critical. Here is everything very quiet. KilRoy take all of these islands. He also takes Saipan, but he has still some forces holding in some mountains, whatever, holes. I think they die next turn. There's a bunch of American submarines intercepting cargo shipping going in or going out, but not really too successful. I don't see more any other task forces now. Maybe the weather is a little shitty. I only can say that my carriers are still under construction. Oh, only 2 carriers left. Where's my carriers? The battle cruisers are still here. 1 week. This is all going back. Where are my carriers? Ah. So 2 carriers are already here. So KilRoy come really a little too early or too late or whatever. I had here normally all my heavy equipment coming. So this is more or less the emergency task force. I have here 1 fleet carrier and 1 support carrier. And this is a heavy cruiser formation, and this is my battleship formation. And you can see here's 1 destroyer, heavily engine damage, because there was a collision. Again. So this guy hit other ship, but don't ask me which ship. But had a collision. So this destroyer is also out of action. So luckily, I think I can send it back to Japan, and then it's okay. This one also had something, but I don't know what. So I maybe need a little more time. I don't know if these 2 carriers are able to really strike against the American forces now already. I don't know more available ships coming. The carrier is first coming in 20 days. Yeah. So if I risk a little, I go with my 2 carriers and try to engage here. I have here still from Ishijima, I can bring in, I already, because I need aviation support, but I have now here some kind of scout airplanes, first to scout that I can see what is here, and then I can maybe go in, attack, and go back to Ishijima. Then I have here some Zero fighters protecting me, and I think I have still more ready airplanes here. This one not, but this air wing is also ready to go to Ishijima if there is enough space. Because now I have here still limitation. I mean, now I have enough aviation support, but the airfield is a little small. I still try to get it up to level 3, but I cannot go over level 3. So Shishijima is really limited in what is possible. Here you can build a little more, but it makes no sense to build a complete new base in if you get here more or less coastal batteries for free. This is static installation, so you must normally use this base. But I mean, every player can do what he wants. Anything else? I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah. Let's see how the next 2-3 days play out. There may be 10 more days coming, and then I can make a last turn and see how is the situation of the game. Good. Thank you all. See you next time. Take care. Bye bye.